Welcome to the ABIM MyEMcert. So this is the new kind of recertifying test. Instead of taking the test every 10 years, they've shifted the format. So let's kind of break down what do we need to know about the MyEMcert. What's new? So this is the way we get recertified now. There are 8 modules total. Recently, a 9th optional resuscitation module came out. And what they want us to do, you have 5 years after your initial certification to do 4 modules. And then over the next 5 years, you got to knock out the other 4. The modules are right here: abdominopelvic, abnormal vital signs and shock, trauma and bleeding, thoracorespiratory neurology, social and behavioral health, head and neck, non-traumatic musculoskeletal, plus the key advances. And one of the things that they've done with this new format is they've shifted from system-based to symptom-based. So under trauma and bleeding, you have all of these conditions, whereas previously some of these would have been, rectal bleeding would be a GI issue. So basically, what does this look like? You're gonna get 50 questions per module, and they break it into 3 sections. So there are 30 topic questions, and there are 10 topic question sets. So they give you 3 scenarios, and each scenario has a couple of different questions. Be really careful because sometimes they'll tweak these scenarios just slightly. They'll change gender, they'll change age. So it's easy to kind of get rolling and not appreciate that the scenarios actually change it. They'll also have 10 key advances, and these are kind of cutting edge, tip of the spear topics that ABIM is going to give us this material ahead of time, but each module is going to have 10 key advance questions. Now, once you finish a section, you can't go back. And also you get instant feedback on whether you got the question right. It doesn't tell you the right answer, but you'll know immediately, did I get that right or did I get that wrong? The total time's 4 hours. There's a little bit of variation module to module. You can stop a test at any time and walk away and restart. So the clock doesn't just keep running. But if you take a break, finish the question you're on before you pause it. Otherwise, if you take a break and walk away, they're gonna mark that question wrong. Now, there's not a specific time limit per question. You just got the time that's allotted for the whole module. A passing grade for each module is 82%. So that means you can get about 9 questions wrong. This is going to vary a little bit by module. What I did when I took it was kind of kept track of the number of questions I missed, so I at least knew if I was getting into trouble potentially. Now, it's an open book test, but we're on the honor system to not do a group test. So you can use any resource you want other than your friend. That's not allowed. And you have 3 chances to pass without having to repurchase the module. So what I did is I took it, I failed it once because I wasn't really kind of reading the scenarios carefully. My second time through, I took my time, read it carefully, used some resources and passed it. Tips to success. So get a good kind of working knowledge of your online resources. Where can you look stuff up? Even if you think you know it, it's not that hard to just pop up in another browser or another screen and then have your test on one side, your resource on the other. Tons of different resources, including the Hippo EMBR ebook. The key advances, so this is the new part. So ABIM puts out key advances, these PDFs to answer kind of the key advance questions. When you read through these, the answers are gonna be in there. And what I did was printed these out and then had them with me. So when I got thrown a key advance, I could look and see, what is it I read? What do they want me to know? The key advances are the dynamic portion of these modules, and so they're constantly adding new ones. So just when you go to take your module, figure out what key advances are out there, have those handy, take a look at them ahead of time. So it's a new format. I took it. I actually thought it was not that hard at all. The open book component is nice. I think the key is know that the key advances are going to come our way. Take your time, use your resources. Good luck.
This is Hippo Education.